this is Marcus White, and this is a reaction to Murad Murali, May Ali, and he's talking about Jay Z and Beyonce. I guess the Epstein files. I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of late now. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna do this. Get ready to wind up and go to bed. But okay, here we go.
Some pretty bad news, guys, for Beyonce and Jay Z, for Rock Nation. There is a lot to get into. Their investment plans, their home, their move to the UK, which was actually predicted, is now no longer happening. Everything on a last minute basis, guys, has been cancelled. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this, where their Cotswold move to the UK has been completely scrapped. Why has this happened? And it's because of specific issues with their property. You would have thought, though, they would have invested in finding this out. But the superstar US couple, worth a combined 1.5 billion, was said to be buying a 7.5 million 58-acre plot in the Cotswold. But insiders said that Beyonce and Jay Z had actually now turned their backs on the area after learning that it was actually prone to flooding. Beyonce and Jay Z were buying this plot of land, and this was the talk of the Cotswold. Some locals were excited, other locals did not want them to move in. But the plan now has fallen through, unfortunately. The plot they were looking at has still not been sold and is now being developed by actually another couple. It's a flood-prone area, and that will definitely have put a dampener on proceedings, especially with all the rain they've had over the past month in the UK. This is also another reason for why Ellen DeGeneres, has sold her Cotswold and gone back to Montecito, back to, America. They also bought an estate in Oxford for 15 million. So flooding is the reason for why Beyonce and Jay Z have decided, not to do this. I feel like, this isn't a rich person's playground. 58 acres for two wealthy individuals, or the same 58 acres divided into 19 3-acre small holdings, supporting 19 families probably would be better than just for a couple. And I don't think that locals wanted them. So this is great news for the locals. But I do wonder why Ellen suddenly moved back to America. I do wonder why the Carters had so much time wanting to invest in buying this property, looking at the Cotswold, going to visit and etc., only they didn't suddenly back out because of flooding issues, when they knew that those flooding issues existed via their solicitors. I would imagine when they were already wanting to invest in the area, they would have already known this. So the flooding issue, to me, I feel like there are other issues here for why celebrities are leaving the Cotswold. It was accurately predicted that they were going to leave America, pack their suitcases and find another house somewhere else abroad. But now it looks like all of that has been canned last minute, and they're probably looking at another location in the UK or somewhere abroad that isn't prone to flooding.
We should stop by Sheree. She's right around the corner too. Her block. I would love to see it.
I just feel like the flooding issue isn't really the real issue, because if they have enough money to buy a 58-acre, then they probably have enough money to prevent a flooding to go on around their property or to bother.
Phaedra, you went and visited the lot. What did you see?
Dirt and grass.
Now, a month or so ago, I did a conversation, an update in regards to Sir Davis, Beyonce's alcohol line, and how investors were basically looking to move away from what it was allegedly reported. Also on the website, they had explained that there were new products of Sir Davis, coming, but that they have no plans for the future. I've now checked updates on the website to pick up this conversation still with you guys, and it's still saying the same thing. Sir Davis have no statement, no future, no plan to release any other products right now. There's no additional details.
I'm tickled.
Alongside the fact that Forbes article
Oh my
has been
God.
released, where They state early in January that the world is basically going sober because there's been an $830 million wipeout of liquor stocks as Jim Beam, which is an alcohol brand, actually halts producing because the sales are simply not there. So we spoke about Sir Davis, the alcohol production, investors wanting to move away over a month ago, and how it was pretty bad news for her to invest in this, and that I just don't think this was a good thing for her to do. But moving on from that, the update is still bad. There's no future plans to release any more Sir Davis stocks, and articles are actually estimating that there's been a significant, even higher loss than initially, and it's because alcohol drinks are expensive, cost of living crisis, and Gen Z are, going away from alcohol and learning to basically enjoy without, because all of it is basically tied in together. So I think this was a poor move via Sir Davis and Beyonce, because they should have known this. Just like it was a poor move to be looking at properties if they would have known about the flooding. I don't understand what is going on here. We have Rock Nation artists, Mr. Russ, who has faced criticism, but he is coming out to critique Rock Nation in podcasts. It wasn't a knock at Rock Nation or Jay Z. It was just, look, this is a self-uploading distro service. That's it. There's a million of these and it's all the same model. Russ argued that in a marketplace where artists can independently upload their music and retain full royalties, giving up a percentage actually requires reasoning. There's a place where you can do it and keep 100. So why would you only give 15%, saying that Rock Nation and Jay Z's distribution model is flawed? He compared the service to existing platforms, adding it's like TuneCore, DistroKid, but just under the umbrella of Rock Nation. You think that, well, though, like I bet you go to the brunch, you're falling for it. Despite his critique, Ross acknowledged the business logic. He has actually doubled downing. This is an artist who faced backlash. The independent scene is making up such a high market share, so it makes sense right now that, Rock Nation wants to get in on that, calling it the fastest growth of the business model. He also revealed that Jay Z relayed messages to him through journalists multiple times, signaling the discussion has reached executive levels. So, good on this artist for not backing down, but he seems to be upset with how Rock Nation and their distribution deals seems to be basically daylight robbery. This is very similar to Bad Boy artists who felt like distribution deals were higher, they weren't getting as much money, Diddy was basically taking most. So I think, this has reached executive levels is a damage control technique to publicly let people know that Jay Z and executives are looking at this. But, we have an artist who's basically calling out Rock Nation very upset. Jess Glynn, who is from a UK artist, the Jet to Holidays, the beginning of that, there's somebody singing, that's Jess Glynn. She recently herself left Rock Nation because she was upset with management. She was upset with how basically she was being dealt with, and she didn't feel like it was sufficient. So we have artists who are continuing that conversation, looking at the maths, the business logic, and that is why this artist Ross has doubled down, because he said, look, you can say whatever you want. You can say I'm ungrateful. You can say it's personal. It doesn't really matter. Look at the numbers. Why am I offering up a certain percentage with other platforms that I can keep it full? There needs to be a reasoning behind this. So, there are some things going on here, but the main gist of this video that I wanted to focus on for you guys was the model of Sir Davis. I think it was executively very poor planned. I don't think that it's had much dramatic, impact. People also aren't, forgive me if I'm wrong, you can correct me because I don't drink, but people aren't buying whiskey every single week. They're not going to buy a bottle, go out and drink the whole thing. It's quite heavy. And so people who would want to support and buy it would probably still have it on their shelf from the first bottle that they bought. And alongside the fact that the alcohol industry actually is dying very fast and nearly $1 billion in loss in regards to stocks, and you've got alcohol companies stopping production. If alcohol companies are stopping production like Jim Beam, then that's basically what Sir Davis is giving, considering that there's actually no update for future items and alcohol to be developed. I think whoever decided to introduce Sir Davis for Beyonce, they did not do their research well. We have business models, we build them, some of them succeed, some of them fail. That's life. It's okay for business models to completely decline and not do well. I completely understand that. But I think that there should have been a lot more preparation done at hand, because we're discussing Beyonce here, who is a billionaire. So you would have hired the correct researchers to make sure that this would have gone on. I also don't even think that releasing an alcohol line next to an album launch is even a good idea, because you don't even need to do that. The album can sell itself. It's Beyonce. She doesn't need to have an alcohol line to do so. But I don't think that Sir Davis has any any longevity, especially when you already have the investors wanting to look away the other side. And also she's coming out with a new album, new Met Gala performances. So, you know, Sir Davis is basically already no longer going to be prioritized. So Davis to me also was giving very much rushed. It was giving very much a quick product to shove down the consumer's throat. And this is why I also feel like it's not doing well. I think the branding, the marketing was quite poor. Outside of the album launch, I haven't really seen her do anything else with it outside of just posing, you know, randomly in a picture here and there, very similar to Diddy. But Diddy pushed Ciroc far more than anything else. He would continuously be there, whereas I felt like for Beyonce, it was more of a placement, and now it's kind of been over and done with, and I haven't really seen anything else with it. Celebrities producing alcohol is not a good idea. I think the world is also shifting alongside alcohol stocks going down the drain and, you know, 830 million being wiped out of liquor stocks. I also feel like the consumers aren't just going to buy anything now that a celebrity wants to sell. They want to.
When he
you have
said
to
Sir
believe in
Davis,
your
I thought it was
customers
talking
in
about
order
a
for them to buy the product.
I agree.
You can't just be like, I'm this big influencer, I'm this big celebrity,
Sir
this is my
Davis.
product. Go buy it with some pretty marketing. A lot of consumers now are not going to fall for it. They need to feel special. They need to feel, you know, loved. They need to feel entertained from a proper personal connection in order to feel like you are being authentic. They need that authenticity in order to buy into the product. The consumer market is changing drastically, and I think this is where it's impacting her when it comes to this. I think the hair secret line, sacred, however you pronounce it, has done well. There are certain
Sacred.
products that are selling like hotcakes, which is great for her and only going to continue in my opinion, but I think that Sir Davis was where the mark was wrong. Let me know your thoughts out, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this
He
video a
said-
thumbs up. I would
He
appreciate
said doing
this.
well.
I think the hair secret line, sacred, however you pronounce it, has done well. There are certain products that are selling like hotcakes, which is great for her and only going to continue in my opinion, but I think that Sir Davis was where the mark was wrong. Let me know your thoughts out, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would
didn't
appreciate it.
think
It's just
that-
one click to subscribe. That's all you guys need to do. It goes a long
was
way.
not good.
Click that button, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.
Yeah, I'm a Beyonce fan. I think that's hilarious. I'm not bottom. I was bottom. So I was not into women and kind of hate them. So I was a stan. Yeah, Sir Davis. He's, he's saying that it's not do, he didn't do too good. I thought that was funny, but yeah. I didn't catch what happened with the land or whatever in the UK that they had flooding problems. But yeah, interesting video. Like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.